Alright, fellow anime nerds, today we're sinking our teeth into the top 10 romance anime where the main character is a vampire. Expect drama, awkward crushes, immortal angst, and a little chaos because vampires aren't exactly low maintenance. Kicking off with number 10, Diabolic Lovers. Diabolic Lovers, the anime that made dating abusive vampires a thing. You've got our girl Yui, plopped into a mansion with a bunch of brooding, bloodthirsty Sakamaki brothers who seem to peak at emotional abuse. Honestly, it's like if Twilight and Cringefest had a baby. The premise? They drink her blood, she cries, you feel uncomfortable, but somehow can't look away. I've got to admit, the soundtrack slaps and the OP will get stuck in your head like a vampire in sunlight. And let's be real, the drama is so over the top that you can't help but laugh at this sheer absurdity. Sure, it's not subtle, but if you enjoy chaotic love-hate energy, this one scratches that itch. And yes, the fan service is painfully obvious. This is Emma vs Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Sliding to number 9, Vampire Knight. Now, Vampire Knight is classic vampire romance energy. Zero and Kaname, brooding, mysterious, and devastatingly attractive. The school setting is elegant, dark, and filled with secrets that slowly unravel like a chocolate bar in a sunroom. Messy but delicious. Yuki's caught in a triangle, yes, the old which vampire do I pick dilemma, and the angst hits hard. Some plot points drag, but the chemistry is undeniable. I mean, those moonlit stares could literally blind you. There's also a surprising amount of political vampire intrigue, which spices things up beyond the typical romance. And let's be honest, the gothic vibes, top tier. If you want swooning, emotional melodrama and vampires who make being broody look like an art form, this one delivers. Though prepare for moments that are unintentionally hilarious in hindsight. Landing on number 8, Rosario Vampire. Okay, Rosario's Vampire is basically high school romance meets monster chaos. Sukune, the human, ends up at a school full of supernatural beings, and of course, Mocha, our pink-haired vampire, falls for him. The twist? She has that creepy vampire form that pops out during bang battles like a sugar-fueled anime rage. The show is goofy, funny, and doesn't take itself too seriously, which is a breath of fresh air after the brooding sadness of previous entries. It's like our high school host club, but with more fang action. Sure, fan service overload is real, but Mocha's personality makes it fun, and the friendship dynamics between monsters and humans? Surprisingly heartfelt. The anime balances romance comedy and action like a vampire juggling stakes in a blood bank. Chaotic but entertaining. Looking at number 7, Tsukiyomi Moon Phase. This one's a little gem that doesn't get enough love. Tsukiyomi Moon Phase gives us Hazuki, a sassy little vampire with attitude that could cut glass, and her human photographer buddy, Kohei. It's not just romance, it's also hilarious cultural clashes between human naivety and vampire stubbornness. The anime's humour is dry, sarcastic, and full of moments where you can't help but grin at Hazuki's antics. The supernatural powers? Cool without being overcomplicated, which keeps the focus on the quirky romance. Plus, the soundtrack vibes are super catchy. It's like sipping a classy cup of hot cocoa with a vampire sidekick who keeps stealing your marshmallows. And honestly, that's a mood. Definitely worth a watch if you want something less mainstream, but still full of charm. Sliding into number 6, Dance with Devils. Here's one that blends idle aesthetics with vampire romance. Dance with Devils. Ritsuka, our heroine, gets pulled into a world of devils, vampires, and high school drama that's basically a glitter explosion. The music? Surprisingly good, J-pop style with vampire angst flair. The romance is chaotic, everyone's clearly obsessed with her, and she's juggling feelings while also trying not to get eaten, which is relatable. The villains are dramatic, the powers are flashy, and the stakes feel a bit like a soap opera on steroids, but that's the charm. If you enjoy vampires who sing, dance, and threaten your life in equal measure, this one delivers the over-the-top fun. Plus, the twisty plot keeps you guessing, so your heart rate spikes even without the blood-sucking. Landing on number 5, Karen, Chibi Vampire. Finally, a vampire anime with a comedic twist. Karen isn't your typical brooding immortal. She actually produces too much blood, which flips the usual vampire trope on its head. It's charming, funny, and totally self-aware. Her crush, Kenta, is a sweet human who just wants normalcy while getting dragged into her weird vampire problems. The humour comes from everyday situations, school life, vampire quirks and family drama, making it feel relatable even with fangs involved. The romance is adorable, not angsty, and the anime balances comedy and heartwarming moments brilliantly. Think of it as a bubbly, fang-filled rom-com that actually makes you care about the characters while laughing at their ridiculous predicaments. Karen proves vampires don't always have to be moody or broody, they can be downright hilarious. Sliding to number 4, Blood Lad. Blood Lad is chaotic, over-the-top fun with a vampire MC who's more obsessed with anime than his vampire duties. Stars is unapologetically nerdy, lazy, and hilarious. Basically every otaku's dream vampire. The romance with Fuyumi? Sweet, light, and mixed with so much action that your jaw might drop mid-laugh. The anime thrives on absurdity. Battles, powers, and a vampire mafia that's equal parts threatening and ridiculous. Humour is non-stop, dialogue is snappy, and the romance develops naturally without feeling forced. You get the best of both worlds, a vampire story and a comedy adventure with heart. It's like if JoJo's Bizarre Adventure had a fang-filled rom-com sibling, stylish, funny and seriously bingeable. Landing on number 3, Noblesse. Okay, but Noblesse? This one messes with your head in the best way possible. Cadicit di Razel, aka Rai, is the ultimate vampire bro. Immortal, stylish, calm, but when he fights, absolute chaos. The romance is subtle, slow burn, and actually feels earned rather than shoved in your face. Plus, the modern world versus immortal ancient vampire trope is executed beautifully, blending mystery, action, and heartwarming moments. Friendships, loyalty, and protection themes hit hard, and the supporting cast? Legendary. If you've ever wanted a vampire that's literally perfect but still relatable, Rai delivers. The animation might not be cinematic, but the storytelling and character depth are insane. Number 3 is one of those shows that stays with you long after the credits roll. Sliding into number 2, Shinigami Bochan Takuro Maid, the Duke of Death and his maid. Here's a heartbreaker of an anime. The Duke of Death is cursed. Touch anyone, they die. Enter Alice, his childhood friend and maid, who's determined to love him safely. The romance is tragic, tender, and sprinkled with dark humour. You laugh, you cry, you cringe at the awkward love tension. Their dynamic is so wholesome yet bittersweet that every episode feels like a delicate dance on the edge of tears. The art style is stunning, the soundtrack haunting, and the story emotional. It's like Romeo and Juliet met a vampire curse, but with a tiny dose of sarcastic humour to keep your soul from being crushed entirely. Definitely a must-watch for emotional depth and romance tension. And finally, number 1, Vampire Homes. Yes, you read that right. Vampire Homes is chaotic, hilarious, and weirdly charming. Holmes, the vampire detective, solves mysteries in a world where you never know if the villain will be creepy, absurd, or just plain funny. Romance? Minimal, but the vampire charm oozes through every scene. It's a short series, punchy, and perfect for fans who like their anime quirky, mysterious, and dripping with personality. The comedy is subtle yet sharp, the characters memorable, and the pacing snappy. No dragging, no over-explaining. Honestly, if you want a vampire anime that's offbeat, intelligent, and weirdly addictive, this is it. It's unconventional, but that's what makes it the top pick. Trust me, your brain will thank you. And that's our bite-sized tour through the top 10 romance anime where the MC is a vampire. From chaotic comedy to brooding heartbreak, there's something here for every fang enthusiast. Got a favourite we missed? Drop it in the comments, hit like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe for more anime madness every week.